Hi, everyone, and welcome to another training for AMG and working with the AutomateMyGig recruiting leads. Today, I'm going to chat a little bit about the opening and how to start the conversations with a lot of these recruits. I think the number one thing you have to remember is that most of these recruiting leads are coming in as either very newly licensed or very new to the industry. So if you're like me, you came in and you got your license, your course was sponsored through a company. Most of us do that. Most companies do sponsor courses now. And you might have even come in feeling a bit of a loyalty to that company because they, quote unquote, helped you get your license. Now, that's something you have to just be aware of prior to going in the call, because it's going to help you position yourself a little bit. If you're like me as well, and you came into the industry, you started with a company, you started selling, and then you learned all about the industry kind of on the back end. Nobody explained how we got paid. Nobody explained how commission structures work, how advances work, how renewals work. Nobody explained how to, work with anything. It was all just sort of a mystery, but we were probably going to get paid well if we did well, right? So what I've started to do with these is I immediately call as soon as the lead comes in. I make a phone call and I say, "Hey, this is Samantha. I think you just talked with my assistant and I wanted to follow up and just see how things are going. So you're at so-and-so company. How long have you been there?" And they'll say, "Oh, I just got my license 3 days ago," or "I just started 2 weeks ago," whatever. They say, "That's great. What brought you into the insurance industry?" And you just kind of ask some more prodding questions to help them tell you why they're making a change in career. This does a couple of things. Number one, I find for rapport building, people like to talk about themselves. They don't necessarily care about you. It's not mean. It's just the way it is. People, especially if they're changing industries, it's very exciting. They're nervous, but they're rewriting their own story. So they want to tell you about it. So it helps with rapport building. And then number two, it's helping you gather information about what their pain points could be. So if you don't know much about a lot of the other companies that are out there, it would be wise to educate yourself on some of the other IMOs and captive agencies, what compensation they bring people in at, what their training is like, how their leads work, because that just helps you to be a little more intelligent when you're talking to your recruit about the differences between what you have to offer here at FFL versus anywhere else that someone might be working. I think that you have to really or what I have chosen to do with working with the leads to build rapport is to educate. Since I didn't know anything in the industry and I worked almost a year in it before someone told me how it all actually kind of worked together, I take the opportunity to educate them. I say, "Oh, great. Well, has anybody ever explained to you how we get paid in the industry?" And they'll usually mention, whatever. And then I'll talk a little bit about how commission structures work. I was like, so for instance, we start agents here. Typically, other companies start between so-and-so and so-and-so. And then I'll always ask the question, has your company explained, what your compensation rate is going to be? You're going to be surprised how many people haven't actually been told. Now, this isn't going to be all of your leads. Obviously, they come in brand new license, they come in running agencies. So there will be some that are outliers where you're going to have to adjust your approach with the rapport building. But same thing with someone that has been in the industry or maybe has a team, you're just going to do the same thing. "Hey, my name is Samantha. My office said that you had some interest in talking about the commission structure here and the leads. I wanted to just touch base. How long have you been in the industry?" And then go right back to the same thing, let them kind of talk a little bit, try to figure out what their pain points are in their current business and how your offering can fit into their pain point. That's how you get the close. Now, you don't want to drag on and try to get this thing done in one call. You're going to want to take your time. So once you kind of get to that place where you feel like they're having a good conversation with you, to say, "Hey, I've got another meeting coming up, but I really would love to touch base with you again. Can I give you a call maybe tomorrow? I think you will receive a video link here shortly from my system. Maybe watch the video and then we could talk tomorrow." And they'll say, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then you can book an appointment, say, "Okay, I'll call you around the same time tomorrow." book an appointment for yourself on your CRM, and then give them a follow-up call the next day and ask them what they thought about the video. So it's sort of a layered process. These are typically not one call close, especially the people that are coming in with this weird loyalty to the first company that gave them that training course. So you really have to help, if you come out the gate and say, hey, our company's so much better and we're going to pay you better. And I know so many people that have come over from that company, just save yourself the time. They're already not going to trust you because you're throwing the company that they have a little bit of loyalty to under the bus. So you really have to be cognizant of that with the leads. And then, build these relationships. You get their email, you get their full name, add them to your social media, add them to your email drips, start dripping on them. And you'll be surprised how many of these people end up coming back when they realize sort of what the game is and what they don't know and what they do know. You can be the one that's always been honest with them from the very beginning about the industry. And that kind of trust goes a long way in the long run. All right. Hope this was helpful. Talk to y'all soon.